Well, Prince Harry has had a win and the public may never know what he put down on his visa application to the United States. A judge has ruled that the Duke of Sussex's visa application should remain private, despite the royal admitting in his memoir he's taken illicit drugs. Now, the conservative think tank, the Heritage Foundation, had been fighting for the government to release his visa application to determine whether he lied on the form after he stepped back from royal duties in 2020 to move to the US with his wife Meghan Markle. Now, in his memoir Spare, Prince Harry wrote all about taking cocaine, marijuana and psychedelic mushrooms, but application forms for US visas specifically ask about current and past drug use. So what did Harry put down? Essentially, we don't know. Republican candidate Donald Trump has previously weighed in on this lawsuit, warning that Prince Harry could be thrown out of the US if he's elected.
If he's lied on his visa form, doesn't the truth need to come out?
We'll have
should he get special privileges that nobody else does?
No, and we'll have to see if they know something about the drugs, and if he lied, he'll have to take appropriate action.
Appropriate action?
Yeah.
Which might mean not staying in
I
America.
don't know. You'll have to tell me. You just have to tell me. You would have thought they would have known this a long time ago.
You would.
But I thought they were very disrespectful to the family, to the royal family. I'm a big fan of the concept of the royal family and the royal family. Now, I'm a little prejudiced because I thought the Queen was incredible. I mean, think of it. All those years, 75 years, she's almost never made a mistake.
Right.
Judge Carl Nichols said in court that the public does not have a strong interest in the disclosure of the Duke's immigration records, and added, like any foreign national, the Duke has a legitimate privacy interest in his immigration status. Well, it seems that many disagree with this ruling. Just looking at the reaction on X, we have Prince Harry wins visa case, different rules for the spoilt brat. He has something to hide. No one is surprised. #Harry go home. It comes amid reports that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are grappling with a dislike and distrust from Hollywood circles. The Mail is reporting that many within Hollywood dislike the couple due to the nature of how they secured their lucrative deal with Netflix. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Netflix just after stepping down as working royals. But the couple have hardly produced any content for the streaming giant, certainly nothing of quality. Only 2 documentaries have been released on the platform over the last 4 years. Now, Prince Harry is set to visit the UK this week. Here is the panel from the Royal Report discussing his upcoming visit and whether he'll be seeing the family.
Angela, we understand Prince Harry's off to the UK. Do we know what this is for? Will he be seeing the family at all?
Look, I don't think he'll be seeing this family. He's going at the end of the month for the Well Child Awards, which is a cause very close to his heart. It's his 4th trip to the UK this year. The King will be in Scotland, so there's very little chance of them seeing each other. Of course, they've been together in London at the same time and they couldn't even get together. So I don't think they'll be seeing each other. And William has made it very clear behind the scenes, you know, he's very focused on his family. So I don't think Harry will be seeing his brother. But what's interesting about the Well Child Awards is that it is children who are really suffering. And it's interesting that this charity is the one that Harry continues to come back for. He wasn't able to present awards in 2022 because it coincided with the Queen's death. He and Meghan, of course, were both in London at that time, the last time that she was in the UK. But he will be coming back. He said in his book Spare that this was always something that he found really gutting, you know, young children suffering terribly, and that since becoming a father himself, handing out awards to young children between sort of 4 and 6 is very moving for him. So look, I think it always speaks to Harry's true purpose when he turns up at things like this. This is what he was, this is where he is his mother's son. She, of course, was involved with multiple children's charities, and to fly all that way speaks volumes about where his interest lies.
And Bronte, Harry's also expected to go to the UK for Christmas. Are we seeing some softening in his position despite those apparent security concerns?
It's been an interesting year with Harry because I do think that there has been a change in attitude towards his ties with the UK. And this, as Angela said, this will be his fourth visit coming up in a week or so to the UK. And apparently he's also been invited to spend Christmas, he and Meghan and the kids, with his mother's family. His uncle Charles Spencer has invited them to come over. And it would make sense for him to do that. I think they're keen on spending time with family, and he is very close with his mother's family. So again, I can see that happening. We'll have to wait and see for confirmation, but it certainly makes sense because he does seem to be leaning back in towards those UK ties. He seems keen to really continue with the causes that he works with over here. And I think it all, it's a fair conclusion to draw that it could stem back to earlier this year. He jumped on a plane and came straight over when he heard about his father's cancer diagnosis. In an interview he did shortly afterward, he talked about coming back to the UK and the fact that these sorts of things can bring families close together. It's absolutely the case that I do not see King Charles or Prince William being in California anytime soon. So if proximity is eventually going to be what sees them in the same room together and that softening of that rift, then him being over here and showing that he's still, proud of being, in his country and keeping up with the acquaintances from here in his old life, it certainly can't hurt that in the long run.
No, absolutely. And this week, Harry, he attended a star-studded event hosted by Kevin Costner. Bronte, can you tell us what this was all about?
Yeah, this was Harry's second year being involved with this. It's a charity fundraiser that's run by Kevin Costner on his very luxurious Santa Barbara property, which is quite close to where Harry and Meghan live. And it raises money for first responders. So Harry took part this year and presented an award to a helicopter pilot. Obviously, he himself is a helicopter pilot, so that made a lot of sense. But notably, Meghan wasn't there. And she was there last year by his side, and they had quite a high-profile role in the event. But apparently she was sick this year, so we didn't see Meghan. It's also come at a bit of an awkward time for her because obviously a few days ago we had the Hollywood Reporter report come out with allegations that she was difficult to work for. So it's been a bit of a tough week for Meghan, and apparently she was sick, so she's not able to attend alongside Harry.
And while he was there, he said a few words. He cracked this joke.
Lauren is a remarkable individual. As you've probably heard already, 22 years military service, over 10,000 hours, and rarely sees his family because he's always here flying helicopters.
Angela, I feel like this was only half a joke.
Well, it was only, I don't think he realised it was a joke until he said it was, as it came out of his mouth. He was, he's saying, he really sees his family. And this man obviously really sees his family because he's working really hard, not because he has the situation that Harry is dealing with. But look, I do think it's interesting that there's a little bit of humour coming into it, because all we've ever heard from Harry, from the moment really he met Meghan and then, of course, through Oprah, the Netflix series Spare, of course, which was his opus of woe, is just about how unhappy he is. So I think to be joking about it, I don't know what the 5 stages of grief, but I feel like Harry's moving to a new stage. So this could be interesting.
Yeah, Bronte, we wished Harry a happy birthday last week, as did the royal family. There's been a bit of drama about the photo they used for their social media post. Can you run us through what the issue was here?
Yes, it caused quite a stir, the fact that the royals and Prince William included, their official accounts posted birthday tributes to Prince Harry. I mean, they were fairly generic messages, but it was the first time they had wished him a happy birthday in years. So it was a tiny shoot of hope. However, as is often the case with these things, it was quickly followed by a bit of controversy because the photo that they used for Harry, people pointed out that the original may have been one that had Meghan in it because it was taken in Dublin in 2018 when they were on a working royal tour. Now, with this, I need to say, first of all, on a birthday tribute, if they did actually just choose to crop in on Harry, I don't see the problem. But second to that, the palace has actually denied this was even the case. And if you look at the photo agency website, the photo of Harry on his own was published on the same day, uploaded to that website, as the wider photo that Meghan's in. So the palace has denied they cropped her out. It's absolutely the case they had the option of both photos then, and it made sense that they chose the one that was just of Harry, given that it's just Harry's birthday.